We had a very scary scare semi-recently, and it was so dark, and we looked out, and he was wearing a hood and had 2 backpacks.
He had the footage when the police came, and the guy was like on drugs or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like on the phone with the cops, trying to get them there as fast as possible.
The people coming to people's houses, I just don't understand that at all.
And we would bring parents inside and be like, "You can't do this. What are you doing?"
Good. Yeah,
no, it's just not a good idea.
2 a.m. and like come down and just like walk outside my apartment.
That's too scary for me.
Hey guys, what is up? So today I am doing my Louis Vuitton collection. I held off on doing this for so long for a number of reasons. Back in the day, I had probably over, I'd say I've had close to 100 Louis Vuitton purses. As you can see, these 4 shelves, 3.5 I guess, because this has some mixed stuff like Gucci. But this top shelf, this shelf, and like half of this shelf are Louis Vuittons, which is a lot, and I understand that I have like a lot, probably more than like maybe the average person, maybe not. I feel like Louis Vuittons can be quite common. I know when I was in high school there was some 16-year-old girls with Louis Vuitton. I didn't get my first one until I was 24, and then I kind of went a little crazy and spent a lot, and then I had some tax trouble, so I had to sell some Louis Vuittons like a few years back, and I sold a lot of my collection. And the great thing about Louis Vuittons is that you can usually get your money's worth from them if you are to resell them, especially if you keep receipts, if you keep boxes and so forth. They tend to hold their value rather well, if not even inflate their value. Sometimes not. If I find the more unique and rare ones sometimes are harder to consign, I guess you could say, like go to consignment shops. Sometimes they like the generic like speedies because more people will want them, as opposed to if you go to like the real, like you can find a Chanel, like the Chanel graffiti backpack for like $15,000. So sometimes it works more unique if you sell yourself, but you kind of have to wait for someone to bait you, as opposed to going to a consignment shop. You can wait till they sell it and make some money off that, or you can just go and get a lesser cost for cash, which is what I did, which is not the smartest thing. It's not the smartest thing, but I guess my point of having to say all that is designer bags are fun, and like I think you definitely have to be like someone who loves designer bags or just don't, because some girls just don't get it. My own mom included. I'd buy her a ton of designer bags and she still uses like this Target backpack. So some people just don't really care. They don't get excited about that. I get excited, but not as much as I did, because I do realize that I have quite enough and I don't even use all of these. So I try not to buy new purses all that often anymore unless it's like really speaking to me, and that's been a while. Maybe the Fendi Nicki Minaj collection I guess was the last thing, and I think I only bought like 2 designer purses last year, so I'm doing better. But I wanted to do this, and then the other reason I held off on this is because well, I didn't want to come across braggy, but on the other end of the spectrum, I don't have one of those like super fancy closets like a lot of YouTube girls do, and I feel like people kind of think of me as a bougie YouTuber. But the thing is, I spend a lot of money, but it's not necessarily in my closet or my bank account. It's mostly on music videos, which I also have to be careful on. But yeah, and just taking care of people and helping people out and stuff like that. That's kind of where my money goes. But having said that, like I do like to treat myself once in a while, and this has been a collection since I was 24. I'm 31 now, so it's like 7 years, so it's not that crazy. But I thought I would just go ahead and show you guys some of my favorites and some ones that I haven't even used, starting with this one. I actually got this from Luxe DH. So Luxe DH, the real what are they, Tradesy, I'm missing so many other ones. They're sites that will resell purses, sometimes used, sometimes brand new. This one actually got recommended to me. It was one of those ones that I was like searching for something similar, and I found this, and I have yet to use this one. And also, just to know, I'm not going to know the names of these, so I'm so sorry. The best way I'm able to search for bags is just to be really descriptive, and more often than not Google will know. So with this one, I looked up Louis Vuitton saddle bag, and this was one of the recommended ones in the shopping portion of it. So Luxe DH, this item has been inspected. So a lot of those sites, like I said, the real, like all those sites, these are not sponsored, they do get inspected, and I've had some where it has actually denied me, has actually said like, oh, this isn't authentic. Not my purses, but when I bought it. So like basically I bought like, because I've sold on like Poshmark, and they'll also verify when it's like over a certain dollar amount, and so like I've sold like Tom Ford and they verify it, whatever. But same thing has happened in reverse, where I bought a Louis Vuitton and I won't get the purse because they'll have inspected it and be like, that didn't pass inspection. So they're actually really good. There's like a team of experts and I totally trust them. So you're able to get real purses, sometimes at a deal. Like I said, this one was quite a deal. I think this was like $900. I don't know what it was originally. And it's brand new. And sometimes it gets inflated, like Chanel bags, especially, those will get inflated. So this is just a saddle print. This is the damier print. It's just like the brown checkered print, which is actually my favorite Louis print. My very first Speedy, which I don't think I have anymore, which is very sad, was in this print. I think I sold that actually. But I like it. This is very 2000s. It's like a saddlebag was a very in 2000s. It's very business-like. It's very professional, but it's also just really cute and tiny. But you can fit a lot in there. You can fit cameras and stuff. And I'm all about someone who can fit a lot in a bag. When I do take a purse out, I pack it full with makeup and cameras and phones and digital cameras and vlogging cameras. This camera's basically. And phones are so huge these days and stuff, so I really like to have a bag that can also be practical. So I kind of like this because it's practical, but also cute enough to kind of just take in and out. This will be a long ass video if I don't go quicker, so I'm going to go a little faster. This is probably my most used Louis Vuitton bag. This is a Speedy and it's in the monogram, obviously multicolored monogram. That's all you could have to do for Google. They used to sell these on the Louis Vuitton website a few years back. They were super popular back in like 2006, 2005, like that era of Jessica Simpson. So I guess this is kind of rare to find. Rich Lux told me it was kind of hard to find. I don't know. I was just on the website when I found it, so it wasn't like super difficult, but I really love a Speedy and I love this. This was the one Jessica Simpson carried on Newlyweds, so it's definitely my most used one. Another most used one, which is on the floor, that's how you know it's most used, is my Neverfull. So a Neverfull and a Speedy are two very classic Louis Vuitton bags that if I tell someone to splurge on Louis Vuitton, or you're wanting to splurge on a Louis Vuitton, Speedy and Neverfull. A Speedy is very cute and practical every day. Everyone recognizes that from a mile away, and a Neverfull is definitely one that can hold your laptop and magazines, more travel size bag. And if you have two together, then you're going to be really popping. These come in different sizes. There's a medium, there's an MM, and like an LM. I believe this is the bigger one. I believe this is the MM. Oh gosh, my goodness gracious. I have my actual prescription glasses in here, and I guess I must have just put those up at a convenience to take them upstairs. But I need to like definitely... These are vintage frames too, and they're prescription, so definitely need to put those aside. But yeah, this is in the classic monogram, which I actually really like as well, especially now with all the new stuff coming out. Sometimes it's nice to have classic. It has lots of room, pinstripe, there's different interiors, but I really like this bag. I tend to bring this to set, or if I'm bringing my laptop somewhere, I tend to transport it in that bag. Okay, so moving on, we'll just put the Speedy back here. I love the multicolored, even the black one. I actually had one, I don't know where it went. Okay, this was from the Runway collection last year. I think this was one of the designer bags I bought last year. It's a mini luggage. This was probably one of my more expensive Louis Vuittons. I think it was like $4,000, $5,000. Which I thought was kind of ridiculous. This is a little impractical. I did use it, but the handle, you obviously can't get your arm through there. You can't hook it. There's not a, well, there might be a strap for it because I see a little handle. But overall, it's also kind of awkward to open, because it's kind of opens like a makeup case and like a train case. So I don't know, it's overall kind of, there is a strap in there, but it's overall kind of just not that practical. It wasn't very easy to open. I liked it. It's really cute and really pretty, and obviously it doesn't have a lot of wear on it. It is a runway piece, so it's just a little more money. But the great thing about Louis is sometimes it's not as expensive as other designers like Chanel or Fendi. I mean, a lot of their purses start, like Chanel starts at like $4,000, but like Fendi will start at $2,000. You can get a decent, like a Speedy for $900, and it's Louis Vuitton. This one I really liked. This was, you know what? I didn't upload this, but I have a series of sugar daddy videos, which I might upload. I actually got this from a sugar daddy last year. I feel like those videos are too old to upload now because they were in my old apartment. But this was from a fall collection of the giant monograms, which I really like. There's a whole story to this bag. It does come with strapless. Oh, there's like a charger in here. Okay. I was looking for a charger. That's exciting. Don't you love going through purses? Oh, okay. Nikita Dragon Beauty. Wow. Hairbrush. brush. I was looking for that too. Wow, you really do find so much when you're going through purses. So as you can see, I obviously used this bag quite often. I did not get it myself, so I technically won't count it as a bag I bought. But that's also kind of bougie when you can get a Louis Vuitton from your sugar daddy. Maybe I'll upload that video. This is another one that I really like. This is similar to a Neverfull, but it's kind of a hard to find one. Holly Madison carried this a lot just in everyday. It's more of an everyday bag. The size is a little smaller, more compact, but you can fit a laptop in here or an iPad. So for me, this is like my everyday where I can fit a lot more in there. And I did use this quite often as well. Is there any goodies in here that I can find? No. But as you can see, it's more briefcase-like because they also have like pen holders and card holders and more sections for more things. That is also in the monogram. And as you can see, I really do like the monogram. I think I actually have more monogram than Damier at this point. This is the Speedy I have. This is not the original Speedy I have. This was a collection. Again, you just type in like Pink V collection. What is the official collection? I don't know. But I remember when it came out, I really wanted this. And so I got it. This was one that I definitely splurged on. I was definitely a Speedy girl because to me, that's classic Louis Vuitton. You can spot it a mile away. And I just like this big pink. It gave it a little pop, a little something different than your traditional Speedy. Speedies don't have a lot of structure to it though, so these one. Okay, we have some more unique finds coming up here. This one is actually an upcycled Louis Vuitton. I don't remember where I got this. It says new vintage, making vintage new again. This is just kind of like a saddle bag. So obviously they added their own touch. This was not sold by Louis Vuitton, but it is an authentic Louis Vuitton bag. And I just liked the way it had this fringe. I liked the extra long strap that you could put it over the shoulder. And I just liked that it was different. I really like the fringe. This reminded me of Dolly Parton in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. So I got it. This has a tag on it. I have yet to use it. But now that I can see my bags a little more, I will definitely be using them more. This was a bag I used a ton last year. My poor assistant's going to have to help me reorganize this. I loved this bag so much. I got this in Boston 2 Christmases ago. I really liked the black contrast with the brown. I did a whole video on what I got for Christmas. I also like the black strap, but the black and brown contrast is nice because you can wear it with a brown outfit, a black outfit, and it matches. The purse charm was sold separately, but I think it added a lot. And yeah, I have a lot still in here. This was a bag I definitely used all of like 2018, half of 2019. It was definitely one that I did not retire for quite some time. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of stuff still in there. So I always know the wear and tear. Is it anything I really need? No, not really. But it's a really cute bag. And I got that in the Louis Vuitton store at the Natick Mall in Massachusetts. I believe I got this for, wait, am I getting those mixed up? This might be the one I got for Christmas in Natick, Massachusetts. But where did I get that one? Okay, well, just whatever I said about that bag is really meant for this bag because this bag I just specifically remember getting in Boston. It has the pateen leather as most monogram ones do. And yeah, I use this quite a bit. This was my go-to bag there. Really cute. Again, I definitely need a strap if it's going to be my everyday bag because these little chunky arms are hard to fit through the hooks. Yeah. Just wet ones, lip gloss. You know what? There's a lot of lip gloss in here. There's like lip plump, there's Jouet. I should probably, oh, there's a really nice pen. Just finding stuff I actually need. Purse clean out. It's also a purse clean out video, so clean with me. Okay. And I already showed you these two right here. So we'll just kind of move you guys up. Okay, so moving on to this row, a lot of like wallets and makeup cases. So I used to use wallets a lot. I don't really any anymore. I just kind of have like keychains, but this is the very first wallet I bought in that Damier print, and then this is the Traveler collection. Really liked this one because it had all these kind of patches in the back. I mean, they're on there, so they're not really patches. The only one that feels like patches are these. And I got this at Chicago Nordstrom, and then like this I got so long ago, and I thought it was so cool. This was such a cool wallet. I should sell this because, oh, you know what? It has my initials on it. Maybe I can't sell it. Because this is such a practical wallet. I really love this. I used this so much. So, once again, I'm glad I could get some wear out of this stuff. This is another one which I actually might bring out retirement. This was the It bag. If you were on YouTube in 2011, every makeup guru had this makeup bag. And, yeah. I use this a ton, and I actually will probably keep this out and start using this as like an everyday makeup bag again, because this is really nice. It's classic. It holds a lot. It has nice structure without being too bulky or too big. So what's old is new, so you don't have to go shopping when you have your closet. Just go shopping in your own closet. This one is a little bit of a bigger one, more so for traveling, which again is really, really nice, and I would probably use this more if I had this out. I believe this came inside of a Never Full or something. Sometimes those come like that. This one is so adorable, and I've never used it. It's like this mini little Louis Vuitton bag. It's so tiny. These tiny bags for everything, but tiny bags kind of make me feel fatter, so I like to go with the oversized, but it's really, really cute, and I think I might use this one day. This is just for fun, for gags, for sure. This went with the matching wallet. This is the travel. I think this is the pochette. It has a strap. I don't think I ever, have I used it? I don't think I used it. No, I haven't. It just comes with the strap. And it's really, really cute. So it goes with the other one I showed you. And then this is very similar to, this is another one that the girls next door used to carry. I would say specifically Holly Madison. It looks kind of like the mini luggage that I had from the fashion show last year. But it's not. Alright guys, now we just have colorful Louis Vuittons to go through. Went through most of my monogram collection. So let's just quickly go through the colors. Okay. So right here, this is so cute. This is the lilac. This has a long string. This, I don't remember what year I got this, 2017 maybe. It's definitely more bold. It has the strap in there. It's like a long strap. Have I used this? Maybe once during Easter. I don't use it, but I really love the color, and it's really pretty, and sometimes that alone makes me very happy. This is like a mini Alma bag, and I got this when I was friends with a YouTuber who got a much larger size of this, and I thought she was so bougie, so I copied and got a little mini pink one, but I didn't feel as cute because it was small. But honestly, sometimes smaller bags are a little cuter, and sometimes they're more expensive, so I don't know. I'm assuming that one was cheaper, and that's why I got it. Maybe I didn't want to copy exactly. And I love the little padlock lock. Can you see that? Cute. Okay, so these two are vintage that I also got from like the Real or something Farfetch along those lines. Denim bags. Kylie Jenner kind of brought these back. She had this one specifically, and I found the identical one, and I love it. Again, it's that saddlebag feel, and then this one has little pockets because it's pink, and I wanted like a pink Louis Vuitton bag that I could wear every day. And these are more like everyday purse, but this was very Kylie Jenner. I was super excited. All right, let's do it up and go to the top. Now we are at the top line of my Louis Vuitton collection. So we have the same multicolored print over here. This is from Farfetch, as you can see. I actually saw a girl that follows me on Twitter. She had this style, and I decided I needed it. Like I said, I mostly grab my Speedy in this, so I don't use that all that often. This is the larger Alma bag, and this color really spoke to me. I really like the coral because it was something different. But have I used it that often? No, but I do think it's very like bougie and classy, and I feel like these are very spring bags. So come spring, I like to have a little bit of a pop of color. This one is another pop of color, a very different one for me. I don't think I've ever used this. But again, the purse chain was sold separately. But I just really like the color. This was at a time where I was just buying like Louis Vuitton purses just to buy them, not because I loved them. This one I bought because I remember so specifically going with my boyfriend at the time to Vegas, and I splurged on this. He later told me he was going to buy it for me, but it was too expensive for him at the time. Fast forward to a year later, he bought me a $6,000 Chanel purse. So this little $3,000 bag was nothing. I'd never expected him to buy it for me, but I was obsessed with it. I was looking for this bag. I was so obsessed. I found it, and so many people had stopped me in Vegas, and I was like, you got your bag. So it's a Speedy. It was their artist collection, the Claude Monet bag. I love this one. I wish I would have gotten more, but I was, you know, trying to save money at the time. My final bag is a relatively new one, which I think I'm going to start using for the spring. It's very, very large, and it's a Louis Vuitton denim, and it came with a purse chain. Again, this is from Farfetch, not sponsored. It's just a really big bag, almost like a luggage. You can fit so much. There's so many pockets, so nothing will get too messed up. But I really like this bag. I think it's really cute. You can hook it, and you can also put it here. So it's kind of like a win-win bag, and it looks like there's a strap in there as well. And we found a couple up here. Oh, that was my nail. Oh. This is what I got from Mykonos. sorry, this lighting makes me look a little scary because it's backlit, but it is a travel bag. I used to have a larger duffel bag. I ended up giving it to my sister. I was going to sell it on Poshmark, but she wanted to buy it for me, so I just ended up gifting it to her for her birthday. But I found this one. It says Mykonos. This was the one that my boyfriend was like, I don't know if you should get it, because we had to carry it all the way back to the hotel. But I got it, and he was sweet enough to carry it for me, and this was tax-free, and I really love it. And it's Mykonos, Greece. I actually had a Neverfull that also said Mykonos, and I have no idea where it went, so that was really sad. And we moved and everything and found it. Oh my god, my nail, you guys. My nail. Okay, sorry. So I guess my lighter print, these were up here, so these are just Gucci's. Whoop. Oh no, don't fall. Okay. So I do actually have, I used to have a Speedy in this print. Actually, my bag that I got from my old MCN, it was a Damier Azur. This is another one that I got from, what is it? Lux DH. It's just another, this one's a little weird too because it's kind of like a weird one that you have to like hook. But it does come with a strap inside, and I have yet to use that one. And then the final one in this print, or is there another one? There's so many. I also have the Neverfull. This was one of my first Louis, and I love it because it has the pink inside. So this is really fun for summer. Just be careful not to tan or put any colors on these because it does transfer relatively easily, but I do love the pink inside. I think it's really girly. In fact, this might be one of my all-time favorite Louis. Is this a Louis? Let's open it and find out. No, it's an off-white. Alright, that should complete my collection now. So my closet got a little unorganized, but that's fine. We will get it back on track. Like I said, designer bags are not everything. They do spark joy to me. Like I said, some of these, like the colorful ones, I don't necessarily use that much, but I like to look at them. They're almost like art pieces to me. But if you're not a designer purse person, you definitely don't need to get into it. Anyone I know, I've known so many girls who are just not about their designer purses, or they've had them and they sold them. They just are like, I don't get it. Definitely it's not something that you need to jump on. I don't ever look at I do look at purses and I'm like, oh, I admire that purse. Like if I know the certain purse, I'm like, wow, that's a beautiful purse. Like Jeffree has beautiful purses and I love them and I admire them. But in life in general, I don't really look at someone's purse and I'm like, So I think just in general, I have a lot of guest bags. So these are all my nice bags, but I have a lot of like guest bags as well. And I love wearing those. Like I love wearing like cheapo bags too. So it's not everything. Kind of just depends what makes you happy. I mean, people spend money on vacations or video games or whatever makes you happy, spend your money on. I really do love my Louis Vuitton collection. I think they're priceless and classic, and I think they make me happy, and I feel just a little more put together when I put one on, so that's what sparks some of my joy. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see any more collection videos, definitely let me know. I don't have a certain designer brand at this large, like one specific one, so maybe an overall. I did but I did a heel collection over on my Patreon a while back, like a month ago, and if you sign up for my Patreon you get access to all the old videos, which is a year's worth at this point. So yeah, but I did a heels one maybe a month or two back, so check that out. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.